I went on leave from the radio station I'm working in Kaduna State, and I came back to Anambra to rest. Leave, when you go on leave from your work, you use for rest. But whenever I come back to Anambra, I find myself in the first radio station I ever worked in, which is like Sapiencia. So while in Sapiencia this holiday, someone asked me, how long were you in Sapiencia for before you went to Invicta? And I thought it was 6 months, but when I calculated it, it was just like 3 months. So I finished university 2022, let's say June, July. I went to my mom's village for New Year festival, was very much like low in spirits, was undergoing some, emotional instability because life was lifing. But then I read this book by Arese Ugwu called Smart Money Woman, and it's kind of like reignited a fire in me. So when I came back to Onitsha, I went over to Sapiencia and started working in the month of, I don't know whether it was October, but let's say I worked October, November, December. January, I had to go back to Uli, that's my school, to do my clearance. February, I came back to Sapiencia. Then January, February, March, April, that was when I was called up by NYSC, and that's when I went over to Kaduna. It is not even up to 6 months if I think about it, roughly 4 months. And when I told the person that it was just 4 months, the person was like, that is interesting. One would think that you have worked here for a year because the way they talk about you here, the way you are valued here, it shows that you did something remarkable with the 4 months you spent in the radio station. And that was really interesting to me that he would say that. I mean, I've always known. It's not something I've like really thought about, but to hear it from another person was really interesting to me. And it made me realize that I refuse to walk into any new environment and be dull or not show myself. Emphasis on, I refuse to not be valuable when I walk into any environment. I am going to leave that environment making a difference. I came into Sapiencia naive and amateur, inexperienced, but I had a passion. I had a fire in me. I wanted to do something. I wanted to, make this radio thing my career. I wanted to bloom. I wanted to grow in radio. And it showed in everything I did. It didn't take like months. It didn't take a month. I was paid for a jingle I did, for a walk I did. It didn't take 2 months. I started voicing all the jingles in the radio station. I started doing most of the things that needed to be done in the radio station because even though I didn't know how to do some of the things, I showed interest in what was happening in the radio station. I wasn't being passive. I was very much active. What was happening in there? I asked a lot of questions. I asked a lot of annoying, stupid questions. Sometimes I took initiative. Sometimes I did not. Instead of assuming that this is how this person wants it, I would go and ask questions. One thing that was very prominent was how valuable I was, how I added value to that radio station, and how passionate I was about my work. To the extent that after I left Anambra State, I'm still being called up by this radio station to do their voiceovers. Whenever I come back to Anambra and they hear that I'm in Anambra, they invite me over to host shows. Now that I'm in Anambra, it feels like I'm working in Sapiencia, whereas I'm not working in Sapiencia, I'm just volunteering. Whenever I'm in Anambra, I'm given shows to do. I am trusted that I can handle myself on air. I am trusted to, run shows, to cast the news, to be on TV. I've never been on TV before. I debuted on TV this year, 2025. And it made me wonder, where did this trust come from? How could the managing the manager of Sapiencia trusts me so much to give me that role, to give me the responsibility to be a face in his media center. You trusted me in 4 months. What exactly did I do in 4 months? I want you to know that any environment you walk into demands a solution to the problems that exist there. It is your duty to rise above the status quo, to do beyond the norm, to do what other people are not doing. That gets you noticed. That makes you remarkable. That puts you on the mouth of everybody. That makes you grow. You cannot just walk into an organization and sleep through your journey in there. Temilade Salami would always say, be a reactive walker. Observe and react to what is happening in your environment. Something is happening, they are doing a new process and you don't understand it. Ask questions. Offer your ideas. Observe how your boss wants things to be done. Do not wait to be told what to do. You already know what to do. Do it. Do beyond what every other person is doing. Go the extra mile. Yes, people will say, oh, you're doing too much. You're overdoing it. Who is this small girl that just walked into this organization and is already like acting like she knows everything? They will say it. You yourself know where you are going to. You know the kind of person you are. You know that this place is just a foundation for me. It's not the final destination. It's not the destination for me. Yes, I started working in Sapiencia. I'm working in Victor, but that's not my bus stop. My bus stop is the global stage, and I cannot sleep in my foundation, because sleeping on my foundation means that getting to the global stage would be difficult. Or if by luck I get to the global stage, I will find myself back to the foundation, because the global stage demands a good level of excellence, a good level of valuability, if that is a word, a good level of showing up, a good level of showing that you have done massive work behind the scene, a good level of we can trust you, a good level of we know that you can deliver on this job and we're leaving everything to you. Mistakes are not allowed on the global stage, and that's why you should use your foundation to make all the mistakes that you ought to make. So I used to have like a weird relationship with failing and mistakes, but then, somebody like rewired my perspective on it. They helped me realize that it's better that you make all these mistakes now that you are here, because I see where you are going to. And when you get to that place you're going to, this mistake you're making here, it will not be tolerated in that place you're going to. So make the mistakes now, learn from it, look for ways that you will not make those mistakes again and rise above it. So I think the essence of what I'm saying is, we just entered a new year, might be the middle of January. I don't know when this episode is going to air. But what I'm saying is, please decide to do extra. Decide to do beyond what you used to do. Add spice, add energy, add passion, add fire, add value to what you're doing. You did the exact thing last year. What is the fresh thing you are doing this year? Let value be it. Let's showing up passionate be it. Let's showing up energized be it. Let's showing up with questions about your career be it. Let's doing more be it. In every environment you enter, be valuable. Find the problems, create the solutions, and be very articulate about the solutions to the problems you are solving in the organization. People will want to shut you up, but get to a place where your why is bigger than people's opinions. Your why is bigger than your emotions. Your why is bigger than how you feel. Your why is bigger than what is going on in your head. You have a vision. Run with that vision and focus on that vision. You're welcome.